Hey everyone, I'm your instructor for OST-149 Medical Legal Issues. My name is Tiffany Ruiz. I just briefly want to highlight some of the important notes in our syllabus. I do encourage you to review the entire syllabus on the syllabus tab, which will be on your screen to the top left. Click there, you're going to have to read through it and then click reviewed once you have read through it. Some of the things I do want to point out is the last day to drop the course without grade penalty is March 26th. This means if you were nearing that date and you don't feel that your grade is where you want it to be, or you don't think that you have the ability to bring it up, that is the date you want to drop so that you don't affect your GPA. Your GPA is important. That's going to be what separates you from your peers. Once everyone's got their degree and they've graduated, you guys are going for your interviews, that's going to be one of the determining factors. So you want to treat your GPA with care and make sure that that stays as high as you can get it. Because it's hard to bring it back up after it gets so low. So I'm going to do that. As you can see, there's the faculty information where my office is located, second floor Wilson building. I'm positioned near the large men and women's restroom and water fountain. If you ever need to find me, there's my phone number, email. Remember, whenever you're sending me an email, use your JCC email. If you're using anything else, I likely won't even see it. It won't come in my inbox. I won't even know that you sent it. And when you send me an email, make sure you do not put the @ mail. I also will not get it. It'll give you an error and say it's not deliverable. My office hours are here. You are free to call, come visit at any time during my office hours. If you do need to set up another time, email me. We'll set up an appointment. That's not a problem. Read over the course description. Our format, 100% online. Come down to, there's our learning outcomes, course overview, what we're going to cover, evaluation methods. It's broken down into our homework and assignments. We actually are going to be using MindTap this semester. We haven't done it before in the past, so I'm kind of getting rid of the Blackboard element that we used for assignments, and we're going to use MindTap. I feel like with MindTap you're able to get a little bit more hands-on. You're able to see actual examples, and which helps you in turn connect the information that we're learning with real life events. Discussion boards, that's another thing where you'll either research something, you'll post your opinions. I am working on making sure every discussion board has a rubric, so you can go and look. I'll show you in a minute or on another video how to find the rubric for your discussion board so you can make sure that you're not missing out on any important points. Those will, let me go back to the percentage. Your homework will count as 15% of your final grade. There will be 7 MindTap homework grades dropped. I know it might sound like a lot, but technically 7 MindTaps are about what you're going to do each week. There are 2 weeks though where you're going to have heavy MindTaps, so I want to let you know that. Discussion boards, that's 15%. At the end, 2 discussion board grades will be dropped. Your test and your final exam, none of those are going to be dropped. Those both, your average of your 3 tests count as 50% of your grade. Come down to this little box right here, it shows you the breakdown. So your final will be 20%, your chapter test 50%. Make sure you do not miss one of these. This is a huge chunk of your grade. 50% is a big deal. I had a student last semester, she missed 1 test. She got hundreds on everything. She ended up finishing the class with a C, and she was so upset with herself. So I want to make sure that nobody else has that happen to them. Make sure you are taking those chapter tests. There's only 3 of them. You can do that. And then your discussion board 15, MindTap's 15. Let's see. Reset requests. For some reason, say, normally I don't like to reset test grades at all because you're given a week to take them. Any issues that are not college-wide issues, we will not reset for. The resets are if Blackboard has an issue and it shuts down, or there's something related to the college-wide that makes us have to do a reset. In that case, the reset, if it's done after 5 p.m., you might not see the refresh until the next day, or next business day. So say it happens on a weekend, you're pretty much, we would extend it for that and then do a reset if it was college based again. Another thing, do not wait until the last minute, because if you have issues on Saturday or Sunday, guess what? I'm not obligated to respond to emails. It's stated on here that I am not available on weekends. Most of the time, out of the goodness of my heart, I will respond. I am here for you guys. I want you to succeed. So I do try to be as available as possible. But I also need you to be responsible. Be responsible for yourself, your actions, your future. Okay? You're not in college just because you want to willy-nilly through it. You are here because you want to better yourself so that you can get a better job. And I am here to help you succeed, but you have to want it too. I have some students that don't want it as much as I want it for them, and it breaks my heart, but guess what? That is their choice. So I'm here for you. If you need me, remember, you know how to find me. This is some basic overview of critical success strategies, how to kind of keep yourself prioritized. Again, there are no prerequisites for this class. And again, please note the instructor email does not feature the @mail. Also, when you're emailing me, make sure that you put in the subject line our class. So you would put OST-149 I1 so that I know what class you're in if you have an issue. I don't have to go and look at the roster. It takes up time, and normally if I'm in a pinch and I happen to say, okay, I got 5 minutes to check emails, and your email pops up, but I have to go look for you, it's going to fall to the bottom of the priority list because I won't have time at that moment. So please include your class number and section in the subject line. It just makes life so much easier and quicker, and I can help you faster. And that's what I'm all about. Online course has weekly attendance. So even if you work ahead, or most of our, well, not most, all of our discussion boards will open up on that Monday, so that you can't work ahead on. So make sure that even if you work ahead on your mind taps, those should all be open, but they will close on their due dates. So if you do not do your mind taps by the due date, guess what? You can't go back and do them. You can, however, work forward and work ahead, because I've opened, as of the first day, I've opened all mind taps, so you can work ahead if you want to make life easier for yourself. Just make sure that you're doing your discussion boards at least, or showing up in the course at least once a week. If you do nothing from that Monday to the due day Sunday, you're absent, and you only get 2 absences, which means if you miss 3 weeks, I will have to drop you from the course. Don't like doing that. It is the worst part of my job. I hate that. I want you guys to succeed. I don't want this. And then the religious or solemn observance, if you have anything at least 2 weeks prior. With this being an online course, I don't really see that much at all. It's not an issue. At the bottom is the course schedule that I have broken down. This goes over which week, our due date, and what we're covering. And then I also have your spring break in there. HIPAA is 1 week when we will not do any mind taps. That'll all be based on Blackboard, because our book doesn't really cover it too much. However, it is a vital piece to your medical office knowledge. You are going to use that a lot all the time. So we're going to cover that day. Here's the 2 weeks that I said we would cover multiple chapters. You are going to have increased mind taps for these. All right. On on week 12, we will cover chapters 8 and 9. On week 13, we'll cover chapters 10, 11, and 12. These are lighter chapters, however, so reading-wise, it's not that, it shouldn't be that bad. They're pretty quick. Some of them might be a little dry, so you might have to, tough it out to read it through. But then right after we cover those 2 weeks, we'll have our last chapter, which is our chapter 3 test. Then week 15, all that we're going to be doing is final exam review. okay? You will have a discussion board that will be your attendance that week, because other than that, all you'll be doing is review. I will have study guides posted for each test. Make sure you complete those. It's wise to complete your study guide before you take your test. It will help you succeed. I do them for a reason. And then final exam will be on our last week. 16 will be due that Sunday before the last day of classes. And I will do everything in my power to have your grades posted by that Monday. So if you have any questions, feel free to call me, 919-209-2214. I'm trying to go back up. Bear with me. Let's see. Right here. And then there's my email. I'm going to go ahead and do another video in a moment about how to find your rubric on your discussion boards. Thank you so much for your time and joining me this semester, and I look forward to helping any of you that might need my help. Remember, you're not in this alone. Just because you're taking an online course does not mean you're teaching yourself, okay? So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.